for you new people, I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits. If you don't do your job, I'll shoot you. You get me.
We get you, sir!
Welcome to the Roughnecks.
Wildcats, Roughnecks!
At ease, listen up. Got a new sky marshal and a new battle flag.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Beanbag Box Podcast.
That sounds really weird. I don't know why you're talking like that.
All right, then.
That's
I
like
guess
your.
scratch that.
You know
No,
how-
scratch that.
No, you know how like when
I'm
you,
going home.
you know how like when you talk on the phone
Goodbye.
to somebody, you always put on like your special white people voice.
Excuse me?
Everybody has one, even Asians.
How do I sound like that?
Hello. Oh yes, that's me. That's what you sound like when you talk on the phone. You sound like you're doing an impersonation of what you think a normal person sounds like.
I can't even believe you just said that.
Anyway.
Oh my god. I can't even believe.
There's nothing but truth on the podcast.
Because I sound totally normal.
To you, you think you sound totally normal.
I sound just like this. Totally normal on the phone.
This is
When have you ever heard me speaking on the phone?
all the time. What do you mean?
When?
You make it sound like it's something I've never experienced.
When? I'm just saying. I sound totally normal.
Okay, well, let's just put a pin in this and we'll come back. Let's introduce. Can you introduce what movie we're reviewing this week?
Fine.
You got the synopsis? Do I need
This
to know?
week, we're going to review the 1997 cult classic, Starship Troopers.
Mhm.
Woohoo! And let me give you a little bit of synopsis for the movie.
Make sure you use your special white girl on the phone voice.
Set in the future, the story follows a young soldier named Johnny Rico and his exploits in the mobile infantry. Rico's military career progresses from recruit to non-commissioned officer and finally to officer against the backdrop of an interstellar war between mankind and an arachnoid species known as the bugs.
The bugs.
The bugs.
The only good bug is a dead bug.
Goddamn bugs.
As someone who like is anti-bug already,
I know.
like
I'm like super anti-bug. I fucking hate bugs.
this movie is awesome. This is another one of those movies that I don't get. Like, I don't think it was considered a success when it came out.
You think so?
I don't think so.
It's gotta be super successful when it came out.
I don't think it was.
Because like CGIs and everything like still holds up.
No, just because they spent a lot of money to make it doesn't mean it was successful.
But like all the entire movie's so awesome. Why would they not go and watch it?
You know it wasn't successful because the second and third, and I think even the fourth one, are like sci-fi straight to DVD.
But that's
movies.
like animations and stuff.
No, they have like live action movies,
Oh.
but they're just like real shitty.
Oh.
But anyway, so we have, you said the main character, Johnny Rico, who
Johnny
is
Rico.
this like, what's this guy's name? Casper?
Oh wow.
Is that the actor's name?
Oh, the actor of Johnny Rico?
Mm.
His name
His
is
Casper's like, name is like
Casper Van Dien.
Casper Van Dien.
Van Dien
What kind
or
of name
Van
is
Dien?
Casper?
Why not?
And then you have Denise Richards, I think is her name.
Yeah, as Carmen.
And then you have, can you look up who plays Dizzy?
Dina Meyer.
Dina Meyer.
Yeah.
And then you've also got your boy
Neil
Neil
Patrick Harris. Yeah.
No, I think this was pre-gay. Neil
What the
Patrick
fuck
Harris.
does that even mean?
So it's like, you know, you have BG and AG. So this is Neil Patrick Harris, BG.
You mean BC?
No, BG before gay.
Before coming out.
No, before gay.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Because Neil Patrick Harris on, what's the show he did?
How I Met Your Mother?
How I Met Your Mother. I think that was AG. Not that it matters, but
It doesn't matter at all. I don't know why you're even talking about it.
I'm just establishing a timeline for people so they know.
But who gives a shit?
Some people care.
Who gives a shit?
In the lore of Neil Patrick Harris, it's kind of like important.
He's not even like a main character.
It's like Ellen DeGeneres.
What the
There's
fuck?
BG when she had her own TV show back in the day, and then there's AG when
You
she had the
BC.
Ellen. Whatever. You're just talking about semantics now.
My dear C. They were always gay.
You don't know that?
Oh god, they were always gay. They just didn't choose to come out.
Okay, first off, this is a whole different topic, but I'm just saying you don't know. You don't know for sure.
Sure.
Which way or another.
Okay.
But anyway, that's
I'll
besides
try.
the point to the movie. So, Johnny Rico, high school star. He's got it all going for him. He's got the hot girlfriend.
He's kind of cute.
He's like unusually good looking.
He's kind of cute. He's like a, what's the word? 90s heartthrob kind of style going on.
Yeah.
I quite like it.
Well, he decides that he's gonna. Wait 1 second. I gotta take a sip of the jet fuel.
Ugh.
You want some?
No.
Just for the listeners, I got my special concoction, my podcast concoction. It's called Jet Fuel. It's like coffee. I've made myself a coffee on the Keurig.
That concoction is gonna make me concussion.
With what? That doesn't make any. Anyway, so I do my Keurig coffee, and I put a little splash of espresso, and 1 scoop of brown sugar, and a little teeny tiny splash of some whiskey.
You don't agree there.
And that's just, that's just so I can make sure I'm giving you guys the best podcast I can give
You're
you.
fucking lying.
Just a splash.
Fucking liar. You fucking. I saw you pouring the fucking whole thing in the
No,
cup.
I wasn't. But anyway.
I saw you fucking doing like.
Oh my god. So Johnny is in love with Carmen, who wants to become a pilot in the Fleet Academy. So
Carmen's so cute.
We've already established I'm Team Dizzy, because Carmen is like, I don't know, she just seems hollow to me. She seems like she has no real personality.
But she's so smart.
She's so like naive.
95% on math score.
What do you talk? So she thinks she could just talk to any dude willy nilly, and then it just be like cool.
I mean,
Dizzy would never do that. She's down 100%.
It's been working for her.
Yeah, because she's hot.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I would never mess with a girl like that.
I mean,
Johnny was willing to put his life on the line for her. He joined the mobile infantry just so they could be together. And she was just like, yeah, I know you just joined like the most lethal career field and you're probably going to die. But let's break up because I want to become a captain of a ship.
yeah.
But anyway, so they go into the military. Like we've established, the girlfriend, Carmen. Well, before we even do that, you got to get all the players, right? So we talked about Neil Patrick Harris, who plays Carl. We have Carmen, Johnny Rico, and then you meet this guy named Xander, who is like, I don't know if you want to call him like an antagonist. He's not really an antagonist, but he's clearly into Carmen. So there's already some tension there between Johnny and then this guy named Xander. And he kind of is like a recurring character. I say he kind of gets what he's got coming, but we'll get to that later. But, and what's the guy's name? Is it Jeremy Irons? The guy
Michael Ironside?
Michael Ironside? Yeah.
Jeremy Irons is a whole different, I think he's a British actor or something.
Yeah, he is. He's, Michael Ironside, who plays Lieutenant Razkaz. I think it's Razkaz.
What?
I think it's Razkaz.
Rackjack?
Rackjack? But anyway, so
pronounce it like that. Rackjack.
Yeah, he's got
Rackjack.
this teacher who he ends up under his command when he gets to the mobile infantry. But so the whole premise of the movie is like these fucking bugs from outer space that are like intelligent, attack Earth. In the movie, they don't establish whether it was like provoked or not.
I gotta tell you something.
What?
First of all, they don't attack the Earth.
What do you mean they blew up the Earth with an asteroid?
No. That just flew to Earth and happened to hit the Earth, but is not from the arachnoid.
Jumping, you missed it in the entire movie. They say it.
Dude, it's the fascist propaganda.
No, it's not.
Holy shit.
No. Okay, so you remember when they're in the ship, right?
Yeah.
And it was Carmen and fucking Xander.
Yeah.
And they were commanding the ship, and then out of nowhere, they find an asteroid.
It's not from...
Do you listen to what they say in that scene? So you're like, where did it come from? It originated in arachnoid space.
Yeah,
they
but
say
they
that.
did not send it. It just naturally occurred.
No. They say it. They say they shot the asteroid with the plasma, and it went to Earth and blew up Buenos Aires.
Fuck me.
What do you mean? What?
Now you're brainwashed.
Do we not watch the same movie?
I guess we did. Let's say, I mean, we're allowed to have different opinions on something.
Well, now you're making me think that I'm crazy because I clearly remember that's what happened.
I mean, that's what happened. It came from the arachnoid planet or whatever. It might have originated from the planet, but they didn't actually fucking throw it to the Earth. It just happened to occur, and then Earth just happened to be there.
It just happened to be there.
Yeah, instead of like, and then those fucking Roger Young was in there, happened to fucking, miss it. Miss the shoot.
Well, we clearly know what side jumping comes down on. You're a left-wing hippie.
Yeah, democracy, man.
Democracy is a failure.
In this movie, yeah.
Yeah, the only answer to all your problems is violence, which we see on display. I've actually read the book for Starship Troopers, and if you think this is fascist, the book is way more fascist.
I can only tell.
But it's not really fascism per se, because
Joking.
once you become a citizen, you can just live like your normal life. You get to vote and everything.
Yeah, but the fact that they're dividing as citizens and civilian, and citizens who served in the military has a lot more fucking rights.
I mean, that's kind
Fascism.
of parallel to the real world.
Fascism.
What is fascism anyway? People use that word, but I don't know what that means.
It's like authoritarian dictatorship.
But it's not a dictatorship.
They have only one federal government in the whole fucking Earth. What the fuck are you on about?
That's not a dictatorship.
Earth Federation is not dictatorship, you're saying?
They get to vote.
How are you having... Yeah, you get to vote if you're a fucking citizen.
Okay. I don't see the problem.
What do you mean, okay?
I don't know.
When it should be given to everybody, they're dividing into citizen and fucking civilians and giving the vote right to citizens only. If they serve in the military. Serve in the military like
happened.
fucking fucked up mobile infantry.
Well, before the bug war, it was just like, it wasn't like a big deal.
Okay.
So it could just be like, oh, you could go be admin for like a couple years.
It's not a big deal anymore because in that universe, democracies and the, what's the word, capitalism has already failed.
No, they're still capitalists and they're still democratic. There's a barrier to entry to become, but you don't even have to be a citizen to be. Rico's parents aren't citizens, but they're rich.
I'm just saying, democracy in that it has already failed.
No, but what I'm saying is it's still democratic.
How?
Because they get to vote.
Only if you're a citizen.
Okay.
If you decide to become civilian, you can't.
Yeah, but you're using like a blanket term, fascism, to describe their government, their society, but it doesn't apply at all. Like, they're still capitalists. They still get to vote. The only difference is a barrier to entry. You have to earn your right to participate.
Exactly. By participating in the military instead of other things.
Not only do you have to earn your right to participate, but they see it as a civic duty to participate once you get your citizenship.
That's a propaganda in the movie.
How do we know it's propaganda?
Huh?
How do we know it's propaganda?
What do you mean how do you know it's a propaganda? I mean, I guess it's a whole movie. They put out all the fascist propaganda in this whole movie, and then, obviously it's a fucking satire, being sarcastic and talking shit about fascism and what's it called? Militarism? What's the word? Shit, I can't even look up.
Well, while you're looking at
militarism, yes.
We have the movie going on in the background, and we're at the scene where they're all in the communal showers. I tell you what, when I seen this movie for the first time, I was like mind boggled by this.
Really?
I mean, when you're young, you're like, any chance you can get to see some titties, it's just like,
how old were you when you watched this movie?
I don't even remember. I didn't see it in the theaters, that's for sure.
Because this is like...
It came out when I was like 2.
Because this is like huge rated R movie.
I think we had it on DVD when I was a kid.
So you watched it when you were a kid?
Yeah, of course.
No wonder you're fucked up like this.
What do you mean?
No wonder your mind is so fucked up.
What the fuck? Okay, so for real, what I want to point out though is, you know how modern days there's like this like narrative that like there's not enough female representation in like Hollywood and this and that.
Yeah.
And they're always like secondary to men.
Yeah.
Why is it that in sci-fi was really like the first genre to put women in like either lead or co-lead roles?
Yeah.
And they never get any acknowledgement for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You think of stuff like Aliens, this movie, Starship Trooper, freaking Dizzy was like she was the quarterback of the football team in the movie. And freaking there's more examples I could probably think of, but it's like people just completely forget about all of that stuff. And there's like, oh, women were never, treated as equal, blah, 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 blah. But then they show these like movies like this where it's like the women are like
Princess Leia.
And it's like, what are you talking about? Sci-fi, especially in the sci-fi genre, women were always like, I don't want to use the term equal or unequal, but they were always treated just like everyone else. You know what I mean?
So equal.
Yeah, but that has a certain connotation to me. I'm just saying, like, sci-fi has always been the most gender equal genre out there, if you ask me.
Okay.
Especially like in this movie, the captain of the ship is a woman. Freaking, there's no distinction between men and female like attributes. Yeah. Which is different from the book, because in the book, pilots can only be female, because there's apparently have some like in the book they explain it like, oh, they have like better reflexes, this and that, a better temperament. So it's like only women can do this.
That's valid.
And then there's like in the mobile infantry in the book, there's no women. So it's like either you're a pilot as a woman, or there's other roles you can do, but you will never be like mobile infantry, which is something they took out for the, as I'm like, because I just read the book last month, and as I'm watching the movie and comparing it to the book, there's a lot of things that are different. There's some things that are kept the same.
I mean, of course, the movie's only 2 hours long. Yeah. They're going to have to pack everything in there.
It doesn't feel 2 hours long.
Not at all.
But anyway, so Johnny Rico goes through boot camp. This is kind of like a character building moment, because really this movie is like building up the character of Johnny from like a civilian non-citizen to like, and he buys into the ideology a little bit because of his teacher, but he doesn't really buy into it. He's only here because of Carmen. Yeah. And then as you go through the movie with him, he completely buys into the ideology of what you were talking about, like earning your stripes, fighting for your species in this universe, because there is no there's only one world government. But so he goes to basic, and he's like so jazzed about like being a squad leader, and he ends up getting his one of his squad mates killed because he like takes his helmet off. Yeah. Which dumbass. Yeah. Does not happen in the book, by the way. Yeah. He does get demoted, and he almost quits. But in the book, it's just like a simulated nuke. Yeah. That he shoots out. Like, everything's completely simulated. Nobody gets hurt. Yeah. And then he gets, like, busted down because, like, his simulated nuke would have killed out, like, taken out a whole other squad. And so in the movie, they decided to do, like, a complete 180 where someone's head gets blown off.
Yeah, with the fucking live ammunition.
Yeah. Which, that whole scene is so stupid because, like, they're on this, like, they're on this like field in the middle of the boot camp
Yeah.
with live ammunition.
I know.
So it's like there's just people around.
Yeah, I know.
Anyone could have got shot. But it's like it's a major character building moment for him because he decides he's gonna quit after he gets whipped. What do you think
Well,
about that?
He only does not get to quit because fucking meteor fell off on Buenos Aires.
Yeah.
That's the reason why he was gonna quit.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, what do you think about like the corporal not corporal, I guess is it corporal punishment? The physical punishment that they have in this universe.
I love how a black person was.
Okay, I don't
The
even want to
one.
get into that. I don't
What?
even want to get into that because
What?
I just feel like that's a landmine. Let's just say
Why?
a person, just because I don't.
I love
I-
how a black person was
Don't even say
fucking
that.
whiplashing.
There's-
Blow,
oh my god,
blow, blow.
Jesus. Well,
I love it. What? I can't say that. I can say I love to say it.
well, we're gonna have to put like so many like what
Bust
you
out
call
the
it?
whiplash and just
We're gonna have to put so many
Blam.
words on this episode.
blam.
I don't.
10 blams. Not even one blam. It's 10 blams.
I don't think that was done on purpose. I don't think.
I hope so.
I don't.
I hope.
Let me think about what I want to say because I don't want to.
What? Are you saying that wasn't sick?
I don't look at it that way. I'm not the type of person that wants retaliation or some sort of compensation, or I don't even want to bring that conversation into this because we're just talking about the movie. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But anyway, so in this universe, they have physical punishment. So like, if any sort of crime that you commit, they won't put you in jail. They will literally whip you. And Johnny's dad mentions it in the beginning, and you actually see it happen to him. And in the book, they have like a whole like chapter going into when democracy fell, like democracy as we think of it. One of the first things they brought back was that type of physical punishment.
Yeah.
Because in the argument that they make in the book is people don't learn from, going to jail or, getting whatever administrative punishment, taking their freedom away, basically. They're making the argument that the number one way to educate someone not to do something is to physically punish them.
Basically, whoop their ass.
Yeah, pretty much whoop their ass. So, and it's done on like every level, from like when you're in high school, when you're a kid, to like when you're a grown ass adult. And they still have executions too. They even show that in the movie. If you go a step too far, they will kill you. But I thought that was an interesting like little, some background knowledge about the world that they are establishing in this. It's like violence over everything, and it's like if you want to do something or want someone to do something for you, you dominate them basically and like force them to do it. It's kind of an interesting like concept.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Not dominate them, but I guess you raise the stakes. Like you raise the stakes on everything that you do.
I see.
Maybe I'm not really like explaining it the best way. I don't
Yeah, you're really
I'm
not.
not like an analyzer.
Yeah.
An analyzer.
Try to think from the professor's mind
The professor's mind.
right now. Do it.
There's smoke coming out of my ears. I don't think I can do it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the bugs send an asteroid to Earth, and it blows up Buenos Aires,
Yes.
and that convinces Johnny to stay in the
Yes.
mobile infantry.
And
Now, keep in mind, so just like the last movie we reviewed, there's like this undercurrent of this love story. So Dizzy is there in the mobile infantry with him, and she's like clearly in love with him, but he's like still so into Carmen. that
I
he
mean,
won't-
why wouldn't you? She was his girlfriend.
Not really. He was way more into her than she was into him.
But yeah, they were into each other.
But anyway, so they go off to battle, and the first battle is the Battle of Clandathu, which is just hilariously bad. Like, bad from like a military standpoint. The CGI and all the effects and everything
Yeah.
are really good. It all stands up. But they just thought that they were just going to go into this planet and just like destroy these bugs.
I know.
Which that did not work out.
I love how like they just pack the guns not even like a missile, nukes, bombs. They just picked the guns.
Well, they had a little bit of everything down there, but they thought they were going to win with like overwhelming force. Which the way they do battles in this movie is so funny. They just like get into like a big mob and just like run around. It's like when you're a kid and you're like playing in the woods with your friends and you're like running around doing stupid shit. That's just what they're doing.
Yeah, basically.
There's no like regard for like shooting your own teammate. There's no regard for like even just tripping over. It's like just 100 people running down a hill. And it's like, what the fuck? It's like we have all this technology. We have spaceships. And instead of like blowing people up from space, we're just going to put like 6,000 humans on the ground.
I know, right? Like, why do you need the ground forces? Why?
I don't even know. But
If, like, you know, if you're not going to use after bombing them, like that's got to be the only purpose. I mean, they get to do it later on. Like, they bomb first and then send the mobile infantry later.
and that was still a shit show.
Yeah, that was very shit show, but that's gotta be the only way.
Well, and yeah, you know, so they get down there. They're doing their thing on Clendathu. Everybody that you see Johnny go through basic training with, pretty much, except for Ace and Dizzy, dies. Like, in the most horrible way.
Yeah.
Freaking Kitten gets, like, ripped in half. The redheaded girl gets, like, sucked into, like, a bug tunnel. No telling what happened to her. Jimmy got, like, his fucking torso, like, split.
Yeah.
This movie is, like, so brutal, and I love it. That's part of one of the reasons why
gory.
I love this movie. It's so gory. Just people just getting, like, ripped to shreds.
Yeah.
Even Johnny takes a tooth spike through the leg.
Yeah.
But,
It's very gory.
so nobody survives Clendathu, really. And after that, they like, kind of reassess, and they're like, okay, no, we need a new plan of attack. And this is when you meet, basically, the squads and the military got so devastated during that battle. And this is the same as the book, that they have to, like, reconfigure. So they start putting, taking, two half squads together, put them together to make a full squad, basically. And this is how Johnny and Diz and Ace end up in the Roughnecks. You want to live forever, apes?
I love the name, Roughnecks.
Yeah. Yeah, but the lieutenant is Michael Ironside, who's like, he was like killing it in like the late 80s and 90s. Oh my God. I'm sorry. We just saw the scene where the gore effects in this movie are so good. It's like, it's obvious they're fake, but they kind of hold up pretty good.
The Roughnecks.
Yeah, it kind of inspires me. I would love to be a roughneck. I mean, I wouldn't probably survive 5 minutes. The first time I saw a gigantic bug, I would freeze up. And that's the other thing, too. They gave him the worst possible tools ever to fight this war. They got these, like, rifles that shoot, like, these tiny little rounds.
I know.
It takes, like, 6 people to take down one bug.
I know.
And it's like, how are we going to win this war? We got to take down, like, 6 million bugs, and it takes, like, 5 minutes to shoot one bug. But anyway, so, basically through attrition, Johnny goes from, like, I don't even know what the rank system is here, to nothing, to a corporal, to a sergeant in, like, one mission. Like, everybody around him is, like, dying.
People keep dying, so they need somebody to take the command.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're on Planet P, right? And they're, like, trying to, like, I guess, so they, like, do, like, an aerial bombing of the planet, and then now they're trying to, like, clear it out on foot. And that's where you see that's the scene where the girl gets her arm, like, vaporized by the bug with the fucking orange goop. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. But that's where Johnny, like, distinguishes himself, gets promoted to corporal, and then he gets some booty cheeks. Or is that when he becomes a corporal, or is that when he becomes a sergeant?
I have no clue.
I don't remember. But anyway.
I don't give a shit about the rank system, really.
We're just flying through this because we have other stuff we're going to get to. But so this is when him and Diz finally get together, which is kind of like weird. There's like a whole weird scene where she like pulls her shirt like halfway over her head.
She's so cute.
Yeah. I mean, that's so something cute. I could never relate to, like a woman being that into you. You know what I mean?
Wait. I'm not into you?
No, it's not like that, but she's just like,
I'm into you.
She was supposed to be a professional athlete, and she changed her whole career path just to get to be with Johnny, who didn't even like her. Usually it's the other way around. It's usually the guy that's like chasing the girl that's like never going to be into them.
Well, why would you say that won't happen?
It doesn't usually happen for guys.
Well, but in their universe, where everybody takes shower together in the one shower room, surely they can happen.
I mean, yeah, I guess it happened. It happened in the movie.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, as an ugly man, I self-identify as an ugly man. It's
can't
nice
believe
to
you just
be,
said
you know, see it from the other side. What?
I can't believe you just said that.
What?
Because to me, you're more handsome than Rico.
On the spectrum of, you know, handsome to ugly, I probably am closer to the ugly side.
Nah.
But I'm okay with that.
Nah.
I feel like we spend more time not talking about the movie than we have talking about the movie.
Hey, well, whose fault is that? You were talking about it.
Anyway. So,
I
Diz
just
and
wanted to
Rico
point out.
finally, you know, get together.
Mhm.
They make the whoopee. I call it making the whoopee.
Ew.
What?
Please don't say that.
They make the beast with two backs,
Nope.
which immediately leads to like the most fucked up situation ever, where they're like they're answering a distress signal from General Owen, so they go to this outpost.
It was a trap.
Yeah,
Was a trap.
where the bugs, I guess, they got this thing called a brain bug, who went into the camp and sucked this guy's brain out and forced him to like do a fake distress signal, right? And yeah,
Do you think human brain's delicious?
I don't even know how to respond to that. What the heck?
I don't know. That bug was sucking on the brain like it's a snack.
Well, that's how they get their information.
Wow.
That's also for the scene with one of the best lines. He like sticks his fingers in this guy's like empty head. And he's like, "Yeah, they sucked his brains out." It's like, how did you come to that determination?
I know. Wow. Great for you.
But that's probably one of the best. That whole scene is probably one of the best ones in the movie, because you see, you know, everybody banding together, impossible odds. There's like hundreds of thousands of bugs coming. This is outpost. People getting murked left and right.
Yeah.
And then Carmen and Xander come down in their like rescue pod to save them. And
But not Dizzy.
well, first Razkaz gets fucking his legs ripped off.
No, it's Rackjack.
Razkaz, whatever.
Rackjack.
He gets like sucked into like a bug pit, and then they rip his legs off, which I don't understand. They shoot him. He forces Johnny to shoot him, but it's like, you probably would have survived. Like, this is, we've already established this is.
I know you could survive, but I don't think he wanted that life.
He was already missing an arm.
Well, I don't think he wanted to miss 2 more legs.
They could have gave him robo legs. That's what I don't understand. It's not like his life was over.
He might not have wanted that.
That was a very rash decision, I think. I think he was just trying to show off like how tough he was. He's like, just do it.
Well, they did it.
Well, anyway, so they
Fucking
kill
dead.
Razkaz in like 2 seconds.
No, it's Rackjack.
Okay. Well, they kill Lieutenant Rackjack, and then Johnny becomes like the acting lieutenant. And as they're like, first off, this whole scene. Okay, let me set the scene. So the fort is overrun. Everybody's on the plane. The only person left to get on the plane is Dizzy, and she's on her way to the plane. And Johnny's like, Dizzy! And instead of continuing to run, she stops mid-sprint and turns around
I know.
and looks. He couldn't shoot the bug. She couldn't just keep running. No,
Or
it
like,
was a bad scene from
throw
beginning
the
to
bomb to the bug.
end. Like, anything was better than what he actually did.
Yeah.
Like, he got his I would say probably best friend and lover killed.
Yeah.
So that was pretty traumatizing for him.
Got fucked up. She got fucked up.
Yeah.
She became like a fucking rag that was used over 10 years.
What? What?
What?
A rag that was used over. What does that mean?
You know, like,
Is that like a Korean idiom or something?
falling apart.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, and then she has her emotional death scene, which was way over the top.
Yeah.
She could have just like faded, but she's like,
Johnny! Johnny!
but that also, like, that scene like solidifies Johnny becoming like Lieutenant Rico, you know what I mean?
Badass.
And so then the final mission starts, which is, well, first they're gonna do they're trying to like get a brain bug the brain suck out bug. They're trying to capture one. And the bugs know they're coming, so they start bombarding them from outer space.
Yeah.
And that causes Carmen and Xander to crash land on the planet. And so Rico, they're going down on the planet to try to get the brain bug, but he decides that he's like has an opportunity to save Carmen.
Mm-hmm.
So he takes a little squad to go down into the bug tunnels and go try to save Carmen.
Mm-hmm.
Carmen is down there with Xander,
Mm-hmm.
and Xander gets his brain sucked out, which
R.I.P.
not really. Like nobody really cares. He was like
R.I.P.
a dig hole through the whole
The
movie.
ultimate blowjob ever. What?
Jesus Christ.
Sucked him out.
So yeah, he gets his brain sucked out, and then Johnny comes down and saves Carmen, and the movie's over.
Yeah, she sucked him out.
No, the bug sucked him.
Yeah, bug sucked him out.
Anyway, I highly recommend you watch this movie. Do not take our words or thoughts about the movie. Just go watch it yourself. Honestly, this whole thing was a wash. We will probably regret posting this later.
Why? I don't regret saying it. I don't regret saying it. I gotta say whatever I gotta say.
I feel like we gotta work on our reviewing skills. But I don't want to become too analytical,
I think we're doing great. Shitting on I still think it's the satire against fascism, military propaganda.
I say I would love to be in this universe. Sign me up. If I can go into one of those alternate universe portals,
Yeah.
I'm going to the fucking Starship Trooper portal.
Really?
And I'm going to become part of the democracy.
You could tell from how Federation broadcast shit.
It's just the news.
Yeah, but typical news doesn't fucking live broadcast execution at 6 p.m. Golden Time.
What's golden time?
Where everybody's at the dinner table watching TV.
Yeah. But at least everybody's on the same page.
Are they same? I mean, they're same page because they keep broadcasting and fucking brainwashing shit.
Well, what's the difference? What's better? Knowing that you don't have any choice or thinking you have a choice when you really don't?
Knowing that I don't have a choice, then I can act out.
Yeah, but in this world, they know that they don't have a choice. They know that they're going to have to follow whatever the government says.
Mm-hmm.
But in the current reality we live in, people think that they have a choice,
Mm-hmm.
and they really don't.
Why are we thinking about current reality?
Well, that's what we're comparing it to.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, not everything that they're saying in the movie is that crazy. But maybe I have a different perspective because obviously the movie is centers on the military life, and of course I'm in and I've been in the military, so maybe I'm a little bit more susceptible to this kind of ideology.
I think you are. I mean, it said it in the movie. The people who made the system is from vigilante veterans.
Damn, I completely missed that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's Starship Troopers in a nutshell. Probably, how many? What should the scale be for this one?
5 apes out of 5 apes. How Mr. Rugjack said, "Come on, you apes!
Okay.
You want to live forever?"
I'm gonna give this movie 5 brain bugs out of 5 brain bugs. Ooh. Because the CGI is really good. The practical effects are really excellent. This movie stands up. The I wouldn't call it subplot, but the ideas that they're trying to get across translate pretty good from the book. Usually book to movie adaptions, something gets lost in it, but I would say they did a really good job of conveying what the book was trying to get at. So all in all, and it's just so campy. It's just and it's rated R, which I like movies that don't pull punches. That's my favorite type of movie, and this is definitely in that category. Just say what you want to say, do what you want to do, And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. You know what I mean? So 5 brain bugs out of 5 brain bugs for me. What about you?
Yeah, I'll give 5 brain bugs as well. Like you said, and you know me, I love A grade movie acting like their B grade movie. Love. I love the camp. I love the fucking whole concept. I love I agree everything you said. I just love the storyline, the ideology or like message they're trying to send us. I think it's a really great movie. Plus, all the main characters are pretty.
What does it have to do with anything?
What? I like what I like.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next thing. Okay, so we're gonna do our first ever music review, since a couple of notable albums came out. I kind of picked the music for this week, but so next time, hopefully, jump in. We'll listen to some new music. She never does, and we can review something that you like.
I don't listen to new music.
Well, I mean, I don't really blame you, because it's kind of hard to like find new music that's good nowadays.
Yeah.
Because whatever they put out is just like hot garbage. Whatever like mainstream media.
Everything is ass.
Yeah. Well, because it's like people are kind of like discovering the formula, I think, to like be popular. So they're just trying to get as close to that as they can, which makes everything sound real samey. Plus, instead of making new music, from what I see, especially as someone that listens to a lot of hip hop, is like people just reusing the same shit over and over again, reusing the same samples, the same rap style, the same lyrics. If I hear someone talk about how fly they are or how high they are, again, I'm gonna fucking jump off a bridge. But like, anyway,
that's been going on since like beginning of the hip hop.
And that's the thing. It's like if you're gonna be derivative in one area, then you should be unique in at least one other area. You can't be derivative with your lyrics and derivative with your beats. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because what's the point? But so anyway, so this past week we had 2 artists that I've always followed. Not always followed, I would say. One relatively new, JPEG Mafia, dropped his new album. It's called. Here, let me look it up real quick. I got it right here. I Lay Down My Life For You by JPEG Mafia, which just came out like last week. And I was really I didn't even know this was coming out first off. But what I will say is like I'm really into JPEG Mafia after his project that he did with Danny Brown, Stop Scaring the Hoes. Or I think it's just called Scaring the Hoes. That was really good. JPEG Mafia is kind of like I would consider him a visionary when it comes to his production style. It's very unique. It's not for everybody. You know, it's very
ADHD.
Yeah, I could say that's kind of all over the place. It's kind of hyper. On Scaring the Hoes, that's definitely the case. It's kind of more mellowed down. On some songs, it's more mellowed down on this new album, where he's favoring a lot more like live drums and guitar stuff. And it sounds kind of like rap rock, which who's doing rap rock anymore? I don't think that's a thing anymore. I like it. I like rap rock. But he's got some songs that are like that. Then he's got more songs that are traditional. The album has a lot of different flavors on it, which I really appreciate. Yeah. You know, it's a roller coaster ride from beginning to end. He goes up and down. Then towards the end, it starts to slow down really, really, a lot. But there's
a lot of diversity.
There's like 2 or 3 songs on there that I really, really enjoy. Yeah. The number one for me is Vulgar Display of Power. Yeah. Just because. The name. Yeah. But the name, which I didn't know this, but you told me it's a reference to something.
Yeah, reference from Pantera, I think. Yeah. They have same title album. Yeah.
Well, that is probably my favorite song, and I think that's a great embodiment of the flavor that you're gonna get on this album. Like, if you just want to listen to one song off the album and kind of decide whether you want to, listen to it more, I would say listen to that one. And if you fuck with that, then you're gonna fuck with everything else that's on this album. I really appreciate JPEG Mafia for just doing his own thing. I wouldn't call him like a lyricist per se. A lot of his lyrics are kind of like, he's not a great rapper. Let's just say that.
Does he rap?
Yeah, he raps on all the songs.
Oh shit!
What do you think it was?
I thought it was like a producer.
He is. He produces the beats and he raps on them.
Oh shit!
But he raps. He raps the same on like everything. Like the way he raps is just.
So basically, Dr. Dre.
I mean, yeah. But on Vulgar Display of Power, he actually switches it up and uses a different style, which is I think why I appreciate it more, because you can actually. A lot of the stuff he's saying on a lot of his raps is just like bullshit one-liners.
Yeah.
And then on Vulgar Display of Power, it is that same kind of thing, but he switches up the style to make it more listenable.
Yeah.
If you ask me. But then you have towards the end, like on the back, let's call it like the last third of the album, it's more introspective, like personal raps. Then there's like a theme throughout the whole album of like, I don't know, something having to do with like how he doesn't have a girlfriend and he's having a hard time and just doesn't fuck with hoes and this and that. And I don't know if you know this, but JPEG Mafia is a veteran, so that comes up a lot in a lot of his music. The theme of like having been in the military and this and that, and I don't know. It's kind of retreading a lot of the same ground lyrically that he's always has, but and I'm sounding more down on it than I actually am. I'll just say I really appreciate the production, how unique it is. And like I was saying before, if you're going to be derivative in one area, like maybe your lyrics aren't the best, at least make the music interesting to listen to, which I really think he accomplishes. On the other hand, we also checked out Vultures 2 by Kanye West. I don't even have words to describe. I mean, has there been a greater downfall in the history of musicians than Kanye West?
I know.
Now, I know it's been like, I don't want to retread over ground that's already been tread. You know, you don't want to kick a horse when it's down.
I don't know what that means.
You don't want to like spit on a child when they're got an F on their. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what.
Sometimes it's good to spit on a child.
Oh my god. Anyway, it's just so bad. So this is what I this is what I wrote down. So what I did was I would play the album. I sit there in my living room and play it, and just kind of take notes as I'm listening to it. So the first thing I wrote was pretty much ass. So that was the first takeaway that I had from the album.
Funny.
You were listening to it with me. What did you think?
Yeah, I got some notes over here.
Okay, what did you write down?
I think Kanye is missing the point. Like missing the whole fucking point. Like nowadays, everyone can make music and upload it online, right? And people are not listening to just mainstream popular artists anymore. They look for the artist and songs, like no matter the popularity now. Like popularity doesn't really matter anymore. Like if they like it, they will listen to it. And that's why JPEG Mafia is fucking amazing and Kanye West isn't. I feel like Kanye West is just like leaning onto his popularity anymore.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like he stopped trying to push his music forward, and he's just making the assumption that I'm Kanye West, people will like what I put out.
Exactly. People will like whatever I fucking made, even if it's a fucking hot garbage, because I'm popular and fucking famous.
Yeah.
Which is not the fucking case anymore. Like standard of the mass audiences listening to the music has been gone up. Like it's not gonna go down.
I don't agree with that specific assessment. I don't think the standard of what people, I mean, if you just listen to what's popular on the radio, the standard of the music is not going up. If anything, it's going.
But the fact that we are thinking it's a hot garbage, isn't that showing it to us?
Oh, you mean like the standard of what people expect?
Yeah.
But even then, I don't, like you're saying, I think most people have the mindset that you were saying before. Like, these are the people that are popular, I will listen to their music. I think that's how most people, because I feel like a lot of people don't really analyze or criticize music. Like, whatever is out, that's what they're going to listen to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I also get that.
Obviously, we're not that type of people. When I listen to music, I'm listening for, is the music good? Is the lyrics good? How is the mixing? How is the the construction of an album? If you're gonna listen to a whole album, it should be constructed well. How original is it? Kanye West completely disregards all of that shit. and just put some boo boo together and serves it up on a hot plate and just be like, hey, I'm a fucking, I'm a legendary artist. You'll like whatever I put out. And it's just not the case.
It's sad.
It really is. And it's like one of those things where it's like, I feel like he feels like in order to keep his relevance, he has to continually put music out. Otherwise,
which is fine. That's fine. That's valid. As long as you put out the good album.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, how hard is it to, you can only get like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy like once in a decade, maybe.
Yeah.
So maybe you take 10 years off, and if that's going to be your high water mark, you put that out, and instead of just continuing to push shit out, maybe take a break and like go back to the drawing board and come up with some actual new original stuff instead of trying to keep up with the wave. You know what I mean? That's what Kanye West is doing. He's just trying to keep up with the wave. So I'm just going to get whoever the hot artists are right now. I'm going to put some beats together and just shit it out. You know what I mean?
But like, what if it becomes Frank Ocean?
What do you mean?
Like, not release music at all.
Frank Ocean just put out an album.
When?
He put out Blonde.
Blonde was out 8 years ago. What the fuck?
That's a perfect cadence if you ask me.
What the fuck are you on
That's a
about?
perfect cadence if you ask me.
Holy shit, have you been living in a cave?
Release some singles here and there, but an album should be a work of art. It shouldn't just be, especially from someone like Kanye West who doesn't need to put out. He's got a whole huge catalog of music for people to listen to. And that will make people appreciate it more if he took 5 or 6 years off and then put an album out. You know what I mean? Because if he's putting out an album like every 6 or 7 months and they're all equally shit, eventually the public opinion is just going to continue to downturn.
True.
Now imagine if he put this album out, but his previous album was like 5 years ago. Then maybe we wouldn't be so harsh on him. Maybe we're like, maybe he's trying something new. Maybe he's like going a new way. But he's putting out albums like every like let's say 6 months, and they're all shitty. Like Vultures 1 and Vultures 2, there's no distinction between them. It's just a Ty Dolla $ign freaking advertisement basically, which I don't know how Ty Dolla $ign became like the guy that Kanye West goes to.
There's also another question. Kanye West, surely he has like insane amount of resources when it comes to making beats, producing, mixing and mastering, choosing the features. Like, he has to have insane amount of resources, right? And this is what we get.
I'm assuming people just don't want to work with him anymore.
But this is what we get. And like the fucking like Yeezus album, if you hire a fuck ton of new producers, they surely want to work with you.
I think he's kind of like made himself toxic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To a point where like, and I have to imagine he's probably pretty hard to work with, as in like, he's probably the type of person who's like, my ideas are the best, like no matter what. And maybe that's why Ty Dolla $ign is able to work with him, because maybe he's like the type of person that's just like, yeah, I'll do whatever. Like whatever you ask me to do, I'll do it.
Yeah.
That could be, I can see that being the situation. Because, you imagine like you trying to like make it your whole career, and then the guy that's probably on the Mount Rushmore of like modern hip hop is just like, hey, I'm going to use you. You're not going to say no to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, well, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Freaking. So, yeah, Ty Dolla $ign sold out. That's too damn bad.
Another question. What kind of name is Ty Dolla $ign?
I guess that's what he. I mean, it's better than like
Dollar sign.
It's better than like Lil something or fucking Young something. It's pretty original.
Ty Dolla $ign.
Anyway, I think suffice it to say that we were not into Vultures 2. There's not even one song on that album that's redeeming. I would not be listening to that again. Do better. That's all I gotta say.
Maybe he thinks we're like stupid.
That could be it.
Yeah. He
Maybe.
thinks we're stupid, and he thinks if we put out anything, we'll listen to it no matter what.
You know what? The real thing that I think that Kanye West is going through right now is, and he kind of so Kanye West came up as a producer, but he was mainly known for flipping samples.
Yeah.
Like he was like a flipping sample maestro.
Yeah.
And then he kind of got away from that, where he was able to produce original stuff.
Yeah.
But the reason why he's able to do that is not because he's the one doing that. It's because he was able to use his star power to bring people in to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can get, these session musicians to come in and do the music I want them to do, to capture the sound that I want them to make. But now he's probably in a situation where nobody wants to work with him to do that. So now he's like actually having to do it himself. And you can listen to the regression in like the complexity of the music from when he was at his peak to now. He's just like shitty 808, shitty like synths, like it's exposing all his weak points. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you can't sample forever. Because eventually you've gone through, unless you're going to become like a crackhead crate digger, you can't sample forever. So at a certain point, you're going to have to rely on your actual own musicality, which I also think is really hard for Kanye West because he fancies himself like a musical genius.
Yeah.
And he's like, you can't even play the piano. How are you a musical genius?
He plays piano in Runaway.
I cannot believe you even brought that up. And he didn't even make that. That's the other thing about that shit. He's like, this is my magnum opus. There's a video out there of the guy that actually made that fucking song. He's like, yeah, I was just messing around with the piano. And Kanye was like, no. Don't hit that note. Hit this note. He couldn't, it's like 3 notes, and he couldn't even do that himself. So don't get me started. Anyway, Kanye West, do better. JPEG Mafia, keep it up. Maybe work on your rapping skills, though. It's very hyper. It's kind of all over the place. Or just... that's the thing. Like, Danny Brown, the reason why I like Scaring the Hose is Danny Brown is a legitimate... I think he's really underrated. He's a really great rapper. He's got, like, a certain style and, like, charisma to his rap that's really, like, infectious. I would have loved to see some Danny Brown features on this album. Because there's no... no, that's not true. There's... Denzel Curry is on one of the songs. He's got some features, and those... As far as the rapping goes, those are probably the highlight. But I want to see JPEG Mafia link up with like a visionary like lyricist and like see what they can do together. You know what I mean? That would be kind of dope.
Like Mos Def.
JPEG Mafia and Mos Def. That'd be pretty crazy. Andre 3000. Oh my! I feel like Andre 3000 will kill because Andre's like kind of like off the wall, like wacky kind of dude, and JPEG's beats are that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for someone like Andre 3000, who's like only inspired by making like, even if you listen to their old music, it was never like standard, like, typical shit. Most of their beats were like off the wall crazy, a lot of live instrumentation, a lot of like very original stuff. I think that'd be a great mixture.
Yeah. Like
JPEG and Andre 3000. Ooh, let's give me goosebumps. Give me goosebumps.
Well, does it work anymore?
Andre?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he just put out New Blue. What's it called? New Blue Sun.
But that was like instrumental, wasn't it?
It was something else. I don't know. Have you ever listened to it?
I mean, yeah, just a little bit.
Oh my god. I mean, do what you want to do. But if you're gonna do that, then maybe you should probably be like a flute, master. Well, he's not. So I don't know.
Man does not want to do anything but rapping.
He doesn't want to rap. That's the problem. He thinks he's like...
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant.
He thinks rap has like passed him by.
Yeah, he wants to do anything but rapping.
Well, you know what? It's just... But anyway, so that's our review. We're about to hit an hour, so I think we might as well wrap it up before we say something else that's going to get us canceled. This might be our first ever canceled episode.
Why? What did you say?
What did I say?
Yeah.
Well, you assume it was me.
What did I say? It was perfectly fine.
Anyway.
Are you talking about the Black Whiplash?
Oh, my God. We're going
to... Because Black Whiplash guy was awesome. He was hitting it, too. Like, right on.
Anyway.
Right on.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to the episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you like what you heard. If you have any comments for Jumbin specifically, go ahead and send them to our email address, thebeanbagboxpodcast@gmail.com.
Why me only?
I'll make sure she reads them. Actually, if you guys email us, I'll read the comments out loud on the podcast for Jumbin specifically. We really hope you enjoy this episode. Check out our Instagram. So on Instagram, you can DM us and suggest us movies and content that you want to watch, and music too. We're really trying to get more into music reviews. So thanks for joining us, and we will see you guys next week. Peace.
Bye.